Welcome to Covid-eos, where we explore the maths and the models describing the COVID-19 pandemic. In this series of videos, we're going to look at CovidSim, one of the main mathematical models used to determine UK policy at the start of the pandemic. CovidSim was a model used in Report 9, which simulated the use of non-pharmaceutical interventions like lockdowns in the early stages of the UK pandemic. This series, however, is going to look at how CovidSim works as a mathematical model. In this first video, we're going to give a quick overview of the main mechanisms within CovidSim. It is primarily an agent-based model, but there are also aspects of the SEIR compartmental models. Further videos are going to discuss how parameter values were estimated for this model before looking at the most important question: is CovidSim useful? CovidSim is a model of two parts. The first part looks at how people interacting can lead to infection events within a general population. The second part considers the intra-host progression of the disease, which is a long way of saying we want to look at how ill a person is and how long it's going to take them to get better. At its heart, CovidSim is an agent-based model, and so we follow the progression of the disease in individual members of the population. Consider this person here. We're going to call him Bob. In the first part of the model, Bob can go to different places and interact with people, some of whom may be infectious. Maybe the first two people Bob meets aren't carrying the virus. However, the third person he meets is. This leads to an infection contact event. There are lots of other people in the population, but just as in real life, Bob doesn't meet everybody all in one day. After Bob's moved around and he's met some people and experienced an infection event, we go into the second part of the model. At the start of the day, Bob was a susceptible member of the population. This is a broad name for anyone who doesn't have the virus at a point in time, but is capable of being infected. However, today, Bob did meet an infected person, and at this point, some randomness comes in. Bob is assigned a probability that he will become infected from this contact, and this probability is dependent on his age and also some lifestyle factors. Unfortunately, in this case, Bob does become infected, which moves him into the exposed class of people, those who have come in contact with an infector but are not yet displaying symptoms. After a period of time, called the latent period, Bob is going to start showing some symptoms, which puts him into the infectious category, and here he can now infect other people. Happily though, Bob gets better quickly and is put in the recovered category of people who have recently had COVID and so have some immunity towards it. Now we've had an overview of the main mechanisms used in CovidSim, a mostly agent-based model that does include some features of an SEIR style model. In the next video, we're going to look in more detail at how individuals in the model interact with others and at how well this captures real life.